Book of 1 Timothy, chapter 6 and verse 17.
Come on.
Charge them that are rich in this world, that they be not high-minded, nor trust in uncertain riches.
The Bible tell you don't trust in uncertain riches. Right. Your bank can take all your money in a second. Right. Revelation 3:17, because this could be you. For the brother and sister say it's all about me. I'm good. I'm rich. Watch this.
The book of Revelation, chapter 3 and verse 17.
Go ahead.
Because thou sayest, I am rich.
Go ahead.
And increase with goods.
Read.
And have need of nothing. And knowest not that thou art wretched.
You don't understand. Without God, you ain't nothing. It's not about material possession. Go ahead.
And miserable. And poor. And blind. And naked.
That's why I say, blessed is the poor in spirit. They shall inherit the earth. Topic 1, let's get into it.
Topic 1, banking crisis.
SVB collapses. Let's get into it, y'all.
Big banks experience deposit spike after Silicon Valley Bank collapse. Nervous bank customers have rushed to the safety of big banks in the wake of a pair of high-profile bank failures that have shaken confidence in the system. Bank of America, Wells Fargo, and Citigroup have all experienced a significant increase in deposits since Silicon Valley Bank ran into trouble last week. People familiar with the matter tell CNN.
All right, hey, so you got the Silicon Valley Bank. All right, it collapsed recently. We got a video on that, right? Next video. What we got? All right, play that, please.
Alarm outside headquarters of Silicon Valley Bank in Santa Clara, California today.
They just came out and told us that the bank is shut down.
SVB, the 16th largest bank in the U.S. with $175 billion in deposits, is now the biggest American bank to fail since the 2008 financial crisis. Its customers are primarily businesses and investors in the tech sector.
The root cause of the failure here was a sudden and significant increase in interest rates, which, that part of the job of a bank is to manage interest rate risk, and that didn't happen here.
Earlier this week, SVB disclosed it took a loss on the sale of bonds due to rising interest rates and announced it would sell shares to shore up its balance sheet. Its stock price plunged and customers rushed to take their money out. The FDIC now stepping in, telling customers they will be able to access funds by Monday.
You know how
but
crazy
the guaranteed
that is?
amount.
Stop for a second. What do you mean I'll be able to access my funds? That's my funds.
Right.
That's my money. But Esau, they have regulated everything to the point where they control your every move.
Right.
Y'all had anything on that?
Yes, sir. Just, Cap, just think about it. If someone, you working hard for that money.
Right.
And then you go to the bank, you can't get it out, they going to call an uproar.
Right.
It's going to be
civil
riots,
unrest.
It's going to be riots and everything like that. So you playing with the people money, and we already just went over, they got these new technology that they can see your face expression. They can see, like they got a social security number on you. Right. They know where you stay. They know where you live and everything. But when you take that people money and the hard working money, it going to be chaos in the world.
Hey, also, to add to it, think about this. How many of them people do you see that's getting jail sentences? None of them are suffering because of this. They get to make mistakes that cost people their money, which is costing people their life. Because if you don't have money, you can't survive.
Right.
So you got people who are costing people their life and ain't nothing being done about it. And that's what happened in corporate America. Last time, they normally give them a bailout. They didn't do it this time, but nobody's being punished.
They said what you mean for this situation, they are going to do a bailout.
Okay.
I actually just read that today.
Okay.
Yep. Okay. So like what you're saying, normally that's what they do, but we understand prophetically there's going to come a time there's not going to be a bailout.
Right.
And that's why these are the signs of the times. Obviously, this ain't the first bank collapse, but we're going to be seeing this more frequent and time after time after time as we get closer to the point where like I was saying, what are you gonna do? All that hard-earned money, you can't support. You can't eat anymore without money, right?
Right.
But you Israelites, just like Officer, I believe you bring it out in Isaiah 65:13 earlier. We're gonna eat in those times.
Right.
Why? Because we're gonna apply what the scriptures are saying.
That's right.
All right. Let's go to Wells Fargo. I'm gonna speed up a little bit for sake of time, because I want to get to all topics today. Wells Fargo, read that for us.
Breaking. Many Wells Fargo customers are voicing frustration after money appeared to be missing from their online banking accounts on Friday morning.
It's not just Silicon Valley Bank, Wells Fargo. Brothers and sisters, this is what we're going to see. Make provisions. Spread it out. Hey, I'm not a financial advisor, so I'm not going to do that. But I am a prophet.
That's right.
And I'm going to give you warning. That's what I'm going to do.
Right.
So you take this information and do what you have to do to be prepared when it happens. It's already happening, so it's not like, oh, I got to wait. No, it's happening right now. So God has given us mercy and grace right now for us to govern ourselves accordingly and prepare, right?
That's right.
So let's make sure we do that, brothers and sisters. All right? Is your money safe?
Is my money safe? What you need to know about bank failures. The recent failures of Silicon Valley Bank and Signature Bank, which catered mostly to tech industry, may have you worried about your money. They were the second and third biggest bank failures in U.S. history. It all started last week when too many depositors tried to withdraw their money. Silicon Valley Bank in Santa Clara, California. That's known as a bank run. The bank had to sell treasury bonds and other securities as a steep loss, and more people kept trying to withdraw money as well as the situation spread.
You see that thing right there? So you paying, interest and all that stuff like that and different fees, and you're storing your money there thinking that they're going to be protecting your money. So you mean to tell me what? You're telling me they're panicking because you're withdrawing the money that should be in there?
Right.
Wow. What y'all got on that, officer?
Think about this, Cap. Like, if you get a loan from the bank to get a house and you're short on your house payment, they're going to take your house.
Exactly.
So there's a punishment for us when we get money from them, but then when they fail on their part of the deal, ain't nothing happening.
Right.
Like you say, we have to bail them out. The same people whose money they took have to bail them out.
Exactly. I like this. Sorry, we ran out. Yeah, go to this. Play this.
Wow.
I think it started at the 30-second mark. So yeah, play this video. Sorry, we ran out. Watch this.
Is going on. Well, if you haven't been paying attention, late Friday, of course, we saw the collapse of Silicon Valley Bank. Basically, all of these investments and treasuries and other things had dried up, and bank collapsed, and all of these Silicon Valley venture, startups and venture capital companies had a lot of money in Silicon Valley Bank, and they lost it all. And the FDIC and the Treasury stepped in and said, no, those people with deposits are safe up to $250,000, but beyond that, sorry, you're screwed. And the average deposit was $2.2 million in these accounts. Now, the big concern, of course, is the contagion factor. Because
Did y'all just hear what he said? Damn. Run it back like 15 seconds. I don't think a lot of people just caught that.
Wow.
Play it again.
Stepped in and said, no, those people with deposits are safe up to $250,000.
So they said, okay, if you got $250,000, you good. Play on.
Beyond that, sorry, you're screwed. And the average deposit was $2.2 million.
Stop. So in this particular, so 250,000 divided by 2.2 million is not 2.2 million. I just say that I don't know the exact percentage, but it's saying, bro, if you got over $250,000, the rest of that, I'm sorry, but we ain't got it.
Wow.
Right.
That's how they moving.
So, Cap, they robbing you with your eyes open.
Damn.
Literally, right in front of your face, they robbing you. That's why the Bible said don't store up treasure on this world, but store it in the kingdom of heaven.
Right.
Because that's what gonna really, you can't take the money with you. So hey, you might as well store what you're gonna last forever.
That's right.
Which
That's
is
right.
your soul.
All praises.
Hey, what comes to mind with all this what's going on? Deuteronomy 28. Let me get that. Deuteronomy 28 verse 43. Because a lot of us, we fail to understand this is not our rest. Like you were saying earlier, Cap, we were sent here as a punishment. Right. It's for us to reflect on ourselves, to see all these things you see going on. This place is not your place. Trying to work on yourself, like Officer just stated, work on yourself and try to get the kingdom to come. because you don't want to be a loser twice. Read that for me.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse
Just
43.
read verse 15 and then jump to 43.
Verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
It's a very small word, the if. It's a very small word that have strong meaning. If you don't follow none of those things that I tell you, keep my laws and statutes and commandment, these are the curses that will fall upon you. And here is one of them, based on what we're going over right now. Jump to verse 43.
Verse 43. The stranger that is within thee shall get up above thee very high.
The strangers are the other nations. You see the Chinese, you see the so-called white people, the so-called Arabs, all of them, they rise up above us very high. You can see them come in our neighborhood, and then before you know it now, they open up stores within your neighborhood and keep rising up right above you. Go ahead.
And thou shalt come down very low.
Read.
He shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him.
You hear what the scripture say? You're going to come to him and borrow money, but you can never lend them because you're always going to be in needs. And that's our condition. It's for you to understand, don't get comfortable in this place. Your comfort should be in the scripture and work yourself up for the kingdom.
Hey, y'all know this is going to lead to what? Poverty,
Right.
being displaced. And guess what? If you don't have any money, you can't pay your rent.
Right.
You understand that?
Right.
Now, this is also to those brothers and sisters who's about me. 1 Timothy 6:17.
Bring it up.
Watch this.
The book of 1 Timothy, chapter 6 and verse 17.
Come on.
Charge them that are rich in this world,
Uh-huh.
that they be not high-minded, nor trust in uncertain riches.
The Bible tell you don't trust in uncertain riches. Your bank can take all your money in a second. Revelations 3:17, because this could be you. For the brother and sister say it's all about me. I'm good. I'm rich. Watch this.
The book of Revelation, chapter 3 and verse 17.
Go ahead.
Because thou sayest, I am rich
Go ahead.
and increase with goods,
Read.
and have need of nothing, and knowest not that thou art wretched,
You don't understand. Without God, you ain't nothing. It's not about material possession. Go ahead.
and miserable, and poor, and blind, and naked.
That's why I say, blessed is the poor in spirit. They shall inherit the earth. Hey, give me that last video. I want to hurry up and go to topic 2. All right, play that, please.
All American workers can't afford rent prices in most U.S. cities. According to a new report, they are at risk of becoming homeless this year as a nightmarish scenario unfolds in the rental market, analysts say. Evictions are spiking again, and in some states, eviction filings have already soared 40% above pre-pandemic levels.
Stop. So we're not going to go through all of it, but y'all got to understand, this is going on right now before banks collapse.
Right.
Just imagine when you don't have any money.
Right.
People will be living on the streets.
What is the nation?
Nation is men leading by example. Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation is you.
And finally, my brethren, be strong.